Muster together, my seafaring friends, as we set sail with an Aussie and a Yank.
Hi everybody, this is Jan from Aussie and The Yank. Hey Nancy, how you doing today, love?
I'm kind of laid up.
Well, so am I. Look at the room that I have.
Yeah, but you're still sitting on a real chair. I'm laying on a bed.
Well, actually,
I pulled
come on.
my back out.
Hey, Kris.
There he is.
Yay!
Oh,
Nice
thank
to
you.
virtually meet you.
Same to you.
So, Kris, how are you? Welcome to Aussie and The Yank, love.
Yes, I'm doing very well. How are you? I got my coffee, even though it's...
I have my Cuppa too, personalised by me. See, I'm even promoting.
I like it.
How's that?
I like it.
What have you got there, Nancy? Oh, you got a water bottle.
Be more boring.
Very good. Well, I'm sorry, but I also have one of these, and I must admit I kind of get one of these every time I go on a cruise ship. Hang on a minute. There we go. We got it right. And so, yeah, I love my thermal cups as well.
First off, my name is Kris. I'm the Business Development Manager for Norwegian Cruise Line.
So thank you, Kris, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So, Kris, I kind of got to pick your brain a little bit too.
All right.
You've got this peace of mind policy. Do you want to sort of tell me what the peace of mind policy is right now?
Right. So the peace of mind policy was put into effect when all this started happening, the pandemic, and we wanted to give our clients an extra peace of mind. So for sailings all the way from to the end of this year, so November, December, which we still plan on operating on November 1st, guests can cancel up to 48 hours prior to the start of their vacation date and get 100% future cruise credit.
48 hours?
48 hours, which is unheard of. So our final payment's usually 120 days out. And that's something a little bit different too, is for, I think we just extended this. So I believe through March 31st of 2021, we extended final payments to 60 days prior to the cruise instead of 120 days, which is normally what it is for a 7-night cruise.
Wow.
And for 2021, we extended our peace of mind policy to the 14 or 15 days. I can't remember, but you can cancel 14 or 15 days prior to your cruise, and again, still get 100% future cruise credit, where otherwise you would be in some kind of cancellation penalty, which is great. You know, so again, that gives you an opportunity to see, you know, how the situation's going, whether or not we, you know, go or not. But that gives you a little extra time to make a decision that's best right for you.
That's fabulous. I love it. And anybody who wants to know, and we will kind of roughly talk about this, but I will actually put up, I don't even think you guys can see this very well, but the health and safety program information, I'll actually put that in this video. So you guys can have a little bit of a look of it, and I'll put it up on the website so you can go through it. It sort of goes through like the enhanced screening protocols, upgraded medical grade air filters in every part of the ship, increased sanitation measures. As you know, Nancy and I would rather be on a ship than anywhere else in the world, and we're quite happy, right, to stay on a ship. So we know we're going to be well looked after, and there's not going to be any problems with sanitation. And there will be also ship-to-shore health and safety and responsible social distancing. So now that we've covered that, check it out. I will attach all the information later on to this particular video, and we'll also put it up on social media for you guys. So yeah.
And that piece right there, I just want to highlight, that's just the beginning. Okay, we are still evaluating, you know, different things that we can do when we get closer to sailing. So we're still working with the CDC. We actually collaborated with the Royal Caribbean Group and created a health and safety panel of experts from all different types of fields. Their plan is to send over recommendations to the CDC, and just, again, make sure, because our number one goal is to make sure our passengers and crew are safe. That's the bottom line. So this is, again, just step one. I'm sure closer to sailing, we'll see more initiatives added, but I think it's a great start.
I do too, and thank you. So as you can see, I'm reporting from a studio stateroom on Norwegian, and Kris is out the back in the ocean.
Yes, still out there.
and Nancy's in one of the other staterooms, so this is working out very well.
Of course. I like it. I like it.
So Nancy's a little bit laid up. She's got her feet up in bed today, so that's good. Well, I have too. Like, I love the studio staterooms. They're awesome. I didn't realize how much I fell in love with it until I sort of thought, well, what photo am I going to put up, for Norwegian? And I absolutely remember this cruise, and I love being in the stateroom. It was just so cool being in the studio. It really was. Right.
Did you ever go to the studio lounge?
Yeah, that was my favorite, to get a cappuccino or a latte every morning and go and grab some fruit before I waltz on up either to the buffet or downstairs to the dining room. Yeah, it was fabulous. And I loved sort of the social aspect of it in the evenings, because even though it's for single cruises, whether you're a single solo person with nobody else out there, or whether you're like me, married and, hubby didn't want to go, these are perfect. I love these staterooms.
Yeah, they're great. Especially, there's so many solo travelers out there that, it's hard to cruise as a solo traveler, but, when we came up with this concept, it opened those doors wide up. And that's what I love about the studios is, they have their own space, they're not paying the double occupancy rate, so it's definitely great.
Absolutely. And they're located right in the social areas too.
Right.
On Escape, it was on, I think, 9, 10, 11, and 12, because I could take the stairs wherever I wanted to, and it was fabulous. I loved it.
Yeah, that is a really good location. Yeah, because you got 6, 7, 8, which is our Ocean Plaza, and then anything, above 15 is all fun and games, pretty much. At least on the Breakaway Plus size ships.
The larger class ships, I was on deck 10, so it allowed me, like I said, to be able to walk down a couple of flights or be able to walk up a couple of flights, which is perfect location. If anybody's interested in a studio stateroom, I'm happy to sell it to you. Let's get to the fun part of the show now.
Let's go.
Nancy, have you got a question for Kris?
Okay, I have personal things that I have to do when I get on the ship. First one is massage. What's your go-to thing the minute you step on the ship? What's the first thing you need to do?
It changes. But I'll give you the main thing. So what I like to personally do is I like to just go straight to the top deck and kind of zigzag through each of the decks and look around. It familiarizes yourself with the ship. So, by day 4, you're still not looking around to see where everything is.
We still get lost. It's okay.
Right.
But Norwegian makes it easy.
But
and how do they make it easy, Kris?
I didn't hear the first question.
I said that Norwegian makes it easy to find your way around.
Oh, yes. So what's fun about our ships is on the floors, okay, they have little fishies that go throughout the corridors of the hallway. So the direction that the fishes are going, that's going to be the front of the ship. So if you look down and you see the fishes are going this way, then you should probably go that way if you want to go to the front of the ship. So that will give you at least some kind of direction, which I think is really cool. And especially being on your first cruise, when you step on a ship like ours or any cruise ship, you're just lost. So I think that's a great way to help guests, navigate as they go through our ships, which is really fun. But yeah, that's honestly, the first thing that I do is I just get to familiarize myself with their ship, see where everything is, where it's laid out. So that way, when I'm ready to have fun, I can just go to wherever I want to go.
Let's talk about Norwegian Joy. What are some of the
Yeah.
features on Norwegian Joy that sort of bring it to the forefront of cruising for Norwegian?
Gotcha. So when you say Norwegian Joy, I kind of want to take you back on the history of Norwegian Joy.
Absolutely.
So Norwegian Joy is a breakaway plus size ship. So she was launched in 2017, but she was originally designed for the Chinese market. And what's cool about her is she introduced some of the concepts that we have on our ships today, like the Bliss and the Encore, such as the go-kart track. She was the first ship to have that. The open air laser tag, first ship to have that. And also the Galaxy Pavilion, which you'll see on her, and also the Encore.
Oh, wow.
And originally the Galaxy Pavilion area, so, well, let me go back a little bit. So we decided to move her to the North American market, and we put a $50 million renovation to give her a little makeover, just to cater towards that North American market. And when we did that, originally the Joy, where the Galaxy Pavilion is, which we'll talk about in a second, used to be bumper cars. So we also had bumper cars on the Joy as well, go figure. But when we did that $50 million renovation, we added new restaurants, new public spaces. And when you walk on her today, she looks very similar to the Bliss and the Encore, and has the same elements as those breakaway plus size classes. And for those who don't know, I used to be a travel agent before I got into this role. So I was invited to go on the inaugural for the Joy back when I was an agent. That was in April of 2019. But some of the highlights I would say is, well, first of all, the Galaxy Pavilion. It's this virtual reality world like no other. So there's Formula One racing. You put those Oculus glasses on and you're riding a roller coaster. You're doing a safari. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds like fun. My goodness. Did you do that? Did you actually?
Oh, of course. I did everything.
Oh, wow.
I did everything, but no, it was very unique. I've never seen a space like that before. I've never done virtual reality and put on those glasses before. So it was definitely something different and something that I've never experienced. So I thought it was very unique. I think the two things that most people, and I like also, is the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
So the go-karts and the laser tag. At least with the laser tag, I must have played that 4, 5, 6 times.
Wow.
And I definitely recommend playing it at night because everything lights up.
Mm-hmm.
So your gun lights up, your vest lights up, and it's a lot of fun at night. So definitely the laser tag, you'll get a nice sweat on, so that's also good too. You can work off the food, but also the racetrack. So again, when I was a travel agent, the first ship, and this is my favorite ship, probably is the Norwegian Bliss. That was the first breakaway plus ship I've ever been on. Now, the first ship I was ever on was the Norwegian Sky. And she's beautiful, very classic, very basic, but she gets the job done. But once I stepped on to the Bliss, there's something about it. But that was the first time I experienced the racetrack, and that's also on the Joy. And at first, you do your first lap, and it was really slow. I was like, come on. Like, let's go. and then I guess, they let you do one round just to get used to the course. And then boom, you're off to the races, and they have like a little turbo button. So you go pretty fast. And it's very thrilling. So I definitely enjoyed that.
Well, my little nephew, he's not little anymore. He's 16, for goodness sakes. He's a Formula One motorbike racer in Australia. So I'm sure that if he ever got onto this ship, he would actually love doing that. I mean, when we were on a 2015 cruise, and I saw the Joy come out, and I said to him, "This is a ship that you want to be on." I know his eyes lit up then, and laser tag and all the rest of it. So I'm sure he would have an awesome time on this ship, definitely.
Yeah, and our newest ship, the Encore, is the largest racetrack at sea, and it actually overhangs off the side of the ship.
The racetrack overhangs off the side of the ship?
Off the side of the ship. So you're literally off the side of the ship going around.
Oh, my goodness.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, those are the three big thrill things. We also have the aqua park. So if you want to get your splash on, we have water slides, and there's one that actually does like a whole loop around, which is pretty cool. And that also goes off the side of the ship.
Really? Does it go off the side of can you see as you're going down the slide off the side of the ship or not?
Personally, I've never done it before, but other people said, yeah. I mean, you go fast, so you'll see it, but it'll be pretty quick.
Jen,
Wow.
How are you supposed to see when you're doing this?
Well, you have to have your arms crossed, your legs crossed.
No. Nancy's doing this.
Yeah, I know. But no, those are the like really thrill activities on board the Joy. But we also have, we have a mini golf, we have the Pulse Fitness Center, and some of the more relaxing activities is, of course, we have a casino, we have the Mandarin Spa, we have shopping on board our ships. That ship features 18 bars and lounges.
And you can get lost in the bars and lounges. Trust me, people.
Nice.
You get lost in those. And they're really awesome little places to, don't think that you need to stay in your balcony stateroom, because you can take your book and go and read in any of these nooks and crannies. The one thing I really loved on Escape was I'm thinking it's the promenade deck, deck 7, where you have the deck that goes right around on the outside of the ship. And
waterfront?
Sorry?
The waterfront?
Yes, the waterfront. Thank you. That has all your dining experiences, and not only that, you can walk in, there's bars, and you can it's a fabulous concept. I used to do that in the morning to see the sunrise, and then at night time to see the sunset. My goodness, some of the photos I have from that are just magnificent.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of different types of lounges and bars. I think my two favorites, I like drinking beer. So District Brew House, which is awesome. They just have a whole wall full of draft beers. Yeah. More than just the pub down the road.
Yes.
Then you have the Local, which is a 24-hour pub where you can get. It's great for a late night. It's great for any time, really. But you can get. What I like to do is when you sit there, they have a big screen TV on the floor below. So they'll usually put on sports. You can get some wings, a beer at any time. It's really fun. But we also have Sellers Wine Bar. We have a Sugar Cane Mojito Bar. We even have a Starbucks on the Joy. So there's tons and tons of different activities, whether it be exhilarating or relaxing on board the Norwegian Joy.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Kris.
I had a blast.
Just want to say we appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate Norwegian Cruise Line. We hope to be up and running and cruising again very shortly, which is going to be so much fun for everybody to get back up on a cruise ship.
Right.
So we want to thank you again, and we hope you've enjoyed being on the show. Nancy, do you have anything you want to say out to our listeners right now?
I'm sorry I wasn't more with it today.
Nancy's going to say goodbye, darlings.
Yes, Nancy's going to go rest her back.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, Nancy. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I'll figure out how to leave.
Okay.
#CruiseTravel Guru. Executive producer and editing of this audio is The Aussie. Co-producer is The Yank. All opinions expressed in this audio are of Aussie and the Yank and remain their opinions. Follow, like, subscribe and share. Aussie and the Yank on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube.